I've lived in Pulaski all my life. I followed Dad around from the time I was, well, I don't know, 12 years old. Kenny can attest to that. I think they used to work together at Lamar years ago. Um, so it's in my blood. That's all I know is insurance, just listening to my dad over the years. He started this in 1980. We do auto, home, life, business insurance, and he retired 7 years ago. It'll be 7 years next month. So um,
Wow.
I can't believe it's already been 7 years, but we're just rolling right along.
Well, I'm like Shari. I've lived in Pulaski my whole life. Um, I took over Tom's. We're getting ready to celebrate our 2 years, the 28th of this month. Uh, Worked in healthcare for 22 years previously. Have no restaurant experience, no nothing. Just jumped right into it because my previous job had been phased out and no opportunity to stay at the hospital. So I had to find a job, and this came along, and I said, might as well try it. I said, I think there's a good opportunity to make something of that place. It just needs the right guidance, and luckily we're we're on the right track with it and doing good, and
Yeah.
um, everything's good. My wife, she's a big part of it. We own it together, and we run it together. Me of the day, and then she'll leave the hospital, and I hate to say it, but she's up there from 5 till 9, 10 o'clock at night, taking care of
Wow.
the thing. And
Mm.
we we both have kids that's involved helping work in it.
That's good.
We have 5 grandkids, so that's basically us. You know, we're busy. We farm. We also have a farm we take care of.
Mm.
We have rental property we take care of. We stay very busy.
I had some very big shoes to fill, actually
Mhm.
size 12 shoes to fill with the size 6. Okay. So I was very scared. I mean, I'll be honest with you, when we got down to me actually doing it, I freaked out just a little bit. Me and my husband were up really late one night, and I was like, I can't do this. And he was like, what are you talking about? You've done this your whole entire life. He's like, what can't you do? And I was like, I don't know. Just the thought of being the boss, you know.
Mhm.
And the good thing is you don't have to do it all in one day. You know, you gradually step into it. You gradually, you learn your own way to do things. And that's what I'm most proud of is I actually did jump in with both feet. And I mean, my dad moved out of the building. I mean, it was crazy. He moved everything out. He's like, I don't want to be in your way. And he was gone.
Oh.
He's like, call me if you need me. But he told me later, I did that because I wanted you to do it on your own. I didn't want to be there and you just come back and ask me every 5 minutes, well, what would you do? Or what would you do?
Yeah.
So it kind of forced me to do it on my own. And I've still called him a couple of times throughout the years. I would be crazy not to
Mhm.
give him certain situations. But yeah, that I finally did do it on my own. And,
Yeah.
you know, kudos of going from a man to a woman, that was a
Mhm.
little bit of an adjustment too. But
Yeah.
I'd waited on a bunch of these people already anyway, so
Yeah.
I'm proud of that.
There's no question. It's the success that I've had. I mean, when I bought it, I had a backup plan. I went in with two things. I said, it'll make it, or if it don't, it's going to become a duplex rental unit. And
That's good.
I knew
You had a
that
plan.
that was my background.
Yeah.
So I said, either way, I'll make some money at it.
Mhm.
But the success, I mean, it's basically almost 5 times the revenue now than when I took it over.
Wow.
And
Congratulations.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, thank you. It's just, and it's still growing. It's doing good. The community is just great. I mean, they've been great supporters. There's people that come there that just they'll say, "Well, I've never been here," but they know me or they've heard and they
Right.
come and try the food. And it's just success. The success has been great. That's what I'm proud of. You
Yeah.
know, that and my improvements that I've made, you know.
Well, I definitely have to say my customers because, you know, Dad started writing some of these people probably in 1985 when he got an established office.
Mhm.
So I've grown up with them, and now I've wrote their children and their grandchildren, and it's just some of those people. I mean, they're just the sweetest joy that I have. Of course, you're going to get some that you know, are grumpy or for whatever reason, you know, that's just the name of the game. But it's my customers. And then I have really good staff as well. We try to make insurance as interesting as we possibly can. Which, you know, we joke around and we try to do things out of the office, you know, go to a ball game or
Mhm.
whatever. I mean, I have a really, really good staff that I work with, and I depend on them highly to help me. But yeah, it's definitely my customers that keep me coming back. I'll see them at the grocery store, and you know, they'll see my children, and you just have that
Mhm.
connection with them where I've
Yeah.
been here my whole life.
Well, what keeps me coming back is just the success of it and
Mhm.
my employees.
Mhm.
There's not an employee I have, it's not family. We've really grown to count on our employees, and I kind of look forward to seeing them, and I like to talk with them, and I cut up with them, and
Mhm.
uh, my customers. I have so many customers that are just eat 3 times a day there, and I look forward to seeing them and talking to them. And it's just the atmosphere of it. I enjoy it. I really do. There's parts of it that I don't enjoy, but that part of it I do, and that's what keeps me trying to make it better and better. Is
Mhm.
I really like the feedback when when a customer brags on the food or brags on the service or something. So I know I'm doing right.
I would have to say the long hours, like Ronnie was saying. His wife worked until 9 o'clock.
Mhm.
Last Saturday, I was working on my taxes for 9 hours. That's not the fun side of it.
Mm-mm.
That's not the glamorous side of it. You know,
Nobody talks
people.
about that.
No, no. There's times, you know, I'm here in the mornings when they get here, and I'm still here in the evenings when they leave.
Mhm.
That's the side that nobody really understands, the hours that you have to put into it, because if you don't, no one else is going to for you. So
Yeah.
that's the hard part. But you know, you've just got to do it when you've got to do it, and then there's other times that you don't have to be, you know, on a Saturday till 9 o'clock. Those are the days
Mhm.
that you have to enjoy.
Uh, she pretty much nailed it spot on. It's the hours.
Mhm.
It's the never ending email, text, whatever about something that was wrong. Even though, see, like a lot of my employees, a lot of my customers know me personally, and they'll contact me instead of contact one of the waitresses or whatever, just because they don't have mayonnaise or something on their burger. I forgot it. So it's never ending. I didn't realize buying a restaurant was going to be a 24/7, but it pretty much is. I mean,
Yeah.
I get calls at 3 o'clock in the morning, just like a truck driver called me this morning at 3 o'clock and said, I'll be there at 6. Even though I knew he was going to be there uh, early, he still at 3 o'clock. I get a call, so I've been up ever since. It's just constantly. There's no rest. There is
Mhm.
honestly no rest.
No.
I
Yeah.
thought that farming and I do a little bit of construction work was hard work. It doesn't compare to the restaurant. The mental part of it just eats you alive. It's terrible.
Mhm.
The struggle for us was, you know, we're right here on Main Street, so I'm used to people just coming in and
Mhm.
doing their business here. We had to change that for a lot of people, but then there was a lot of people that actually needed to be able to still come in because they don't have the technology. They didn't have a way to pay with a card or anything like that. So we stayed open a lot during the pandemic because I have a lot of people that pay with cash and they don't have a way to do email and all that. So we kind of had to adjust both ways. There was a lot of people that just they were wanting to call. They didn't want to come into the office anymore. So we have noticed a huge influx in phone calls because of that. So you know how that is when you've got a phone up to your ear and then there's somebody trying to come in at the same time. It made it a little more difficult because you know people were having to wait, and then we were having to limit to how many people could actually be in our office at one time as well.
Right.
Just because of social distancing and all that, I don't have a large lobby, so it definitely was a learning curve for us. For thank goodness I already had DocuSign and stuff in place.
Good.
That helped a whole lot, but we definitely had a learning curve on how can we serve both people at both times and still be safe. So it was definitely an adventure.
Uh, Fortunately, the the shutdown when they shut us down inside, slowed the inside dining down because for a while we had nobody could come in. So what we done is we went and bought patio tables and set them in the parking lot and let people eat outside. And our parking lot just overflowed because we are a drive-in. It actually helped us
Yeah.
because people couldn't go inside anywhere, and it just it at first it was kind of a shock because we actually thought, what are we going to do to keep business going because it's a shutdown. Naturally, we didn't know nothing about what was going on,
Yeah.
and then we look up, and then it's just a steady surge of cars and people coming,
Yep.
and it was really good. But then again, we were so understaffed, and the staff I did have done a wonderful, great job of keeping up, but they really worked hard. And we did have some people that were upset because they had to sit and wait for probably 30, 40 minutes to get food. But you, we're just so small. We're not fast food. We cook the food when you order it. So if there's 20 tickets hanging there and you come in, we explain, there's going to be a wait. So